I am Ciaran Hanna, Town Supervisor.
And I'm Bill Poray, I'm the Perinton Town Historian.
We're here today to talk a little bit about the RS&E Trail.
So we're walking on this trail that has been here since 1906. The Rochester, Syracuse and Eastern Interurban Trolley was established in 1906 and ran until 1931. And it runs all the way from one western border of Perinton to the eastern border.
There's so many trails and so many options within the town. The nice thing about the RS&E is it's a flat trail. It's easily traversable. It really opens up a lot of the other trails that we have.
This is a real popular one because it's also good for bicyclists. People can really go far and wide on this trail. It's an easy way to get to the village of East Rochester, for instance. It cuts through the Midvale Drive neighborhood.
And the surprising thing about it, Bill, is as hilly as the town is, you don't have to deal with them on this. So well, that's the interesting.
That's the story of railroads, right? And this is kind of a railroad. Back in the day, there were two sets of tracks on this trail, and one allowed for a westbound and the other an eastbound. So two tracks side by side. Imagine in 1906, when you've barely ever seen an automobile before, seeing something whiz by you at 62 miles per hour.
Right.
You had to pay attention. Also, you may be familiar that there is still today a building that was the RS&E Village Station. That's at, I think, 2324 North Main Street. But what you may not know is there were 9 other neighborhood stations, and what it allowed is for people to really use it as a mode of transportation. For instance, I've heard stories from people still around today who lived in Egypt as children and caught the trolley to go to Fairport High School every morning.
Well, that's an interesting way to get to school.
Other people would take the trolley to go to work at the car shops in East Rochester or the piano works in East Rochester. They would take it from the village of Fairport, for instance, go to ER, and it cost a nickel. The first one, as you got into Perinton, was at Pennell Road. And then you head a little bit further west, and right in the intersection of Loud Road, Mason Road, and Pittsford-Palmyra Road, right in the middle of the road was one of these little stations. The next station would be at Hogan Road. And then working our way still, we are walking towards the next little stop, which was on Aralt Road. Several more, about 5 more as you keep going, but the main one being in the village of Fairport on North Main Street. Stop and see that building, it's a treasure, and it's a Fairport designated landmark.
And that's the interesting thing. So those all became more or less the trailheads as you go along here. Those are access points that people can access it, and they can do anything from snowshoe to cross-country ski to hike to bike and it's a trail that really is good for all of those activities.
This is one more of those assets that actually brings people to the community. We have so many assets like that cause people to put their bicycles, in this case, on a rack or just get in their car because they want to take this great flat hike, because a lot of people don't want to go up big hills and have an adventurous hike, and this is great for, you know, the multitudes of people out there.